When the very foundation of a championship contender is shaken, when the undisputed cornerstone of your franchise is sidelined, how quickly do we, as fans and analysts, turn to the past, dissecting every strategic gamble, every calculated risk, wondering if the path chosen was truly the right one? Tonight, we're not just looking at the present struggles of the Boston Celtics, we're diving deep into the lingering questions, the what-ifs, and the strategic pivots that define a season teetering on the brink. This isn't just about wins and losses. It's about the agonizing introspection that comes when a team with sky-high aspirations finds itself searching for answers, and the passionate fan base demands accountability for every single decision. The 2025-26 Boston Celtics season has been, to put it mildly, a wild ride already. More games played than any other team in the Eastern Conference, a grueling schedule that has tested their mettle, and a record that currently hovers just below .500 at 4-5. It's a start that has ignited a firestorm of debate, a torrent of questions from a fan base accustomed to perennial contention. Head coach Joe Mazzulla's lineup choices have, in some ways, been simplified by the unexpected emergence of promising young talents like Nemias Quetta and Josh Minott, who have seized their opportunities with impressive tenacity. But beneath the surface, larger, more fundamental questions persist. Questions about the very construction of this roster, the offensive philosophy, and perhaps most critically, the pivotal decisions made during a tumultuous offseason. It's a complex tapestry of current struggles and past choices, and tonight, we're pulling back the curtain on the most pressing inquiries from the heart of Celtics Nation. Our mailbag is overflowing, a testament to the passionate engagement of our viewers, and the first question cuts right to the bone, forcing us to revisit a trade that at the time felt like a necessary evil, but now, in hindsight, carries a different weight. Paul asks, in hindsight, would it have been better to trade White than Holiday? Assuming the Celtics would have received a better return for White than they did for Holiday. It's an intriguing question, one that gains considerable traction given how well Jrue Holiday has started this year in Portland, showcasing his veteran savvy and two-way prowess. But as our expert analysis consistently reminds us, we cannot allow a small sample size to unduly influence our long-term strategic evaluations. The core of the argument for keeping Derrick White over Jrue Holiday, even with Holiday's current strong play, remains robust. White's age, his more team-friendly contract, and his stellar performance last season make him a far bigger bet on the future than Holiday would have been. Let's be brutally honest. Once Jayson Tatum went down with that devastating Achilles injury, everything changed for this group. The focus, whether explicitly stated or implicitly understood, shifted dramatically. The immediate championship window, once wide open, suddenly narrowed, forcing the organization to cast its gaze towards the 2026-27 season and beyond, towards the arduous process of rebuilding a true contender around a healthy Tatum and a maturing core. In that long-term vision, it's incredibly difficult to envision Holiday at his age still being a viable, high-impact number 3 option on any legitimate contender. And let's not forget, even on Boston's previous title-contending teams, while invaluable, he was never truly that primary third option. The Celtics' ability to get off his long-term contract for an expiring deal, even if it meant acquiring a player like Anthony Simons, who currently has limited trade value, was a masterstroke of cap management. Dealing White for a potentially bigger haul would have still left the Celtics with an aging contract unlikely to age well on the books in Holiday, and a significantly tougher road to building back to contending status. The decision, while painful in the short term, was a calculated move for sustained success. If White struggles for a full season and truly torpedoes his trade value, then, and only then, can we revisit this question with genuine regret. But for now, there's no second-guessing this move from our end. Next up, we have a question from Peter, who, like many fans, is grappling with the Celtics' perplexing shot selection. Lose 3, win 3, lose 2. And the first game against Philly we should have won, and Monday's game against Utah. So, it's better than I thought, and they have to work out a lot of new moving pieces. Wouldn't one of these pieces be the 3-point attempts? Or shouldn't it be? Right now, they are shooting lights out in the mid-range and can't hit a barn door from 3. Why are they still jacking up close to half their shots from beyond the arc? Peter's frustration is palpable, and he hits on a critical point that has defined the early season. The shot diet will be fascinating to watch all season long. The numbers are stark. Boston is currently first in 3-point attempts per game, launching an astounding 47 shots for beyond the arc, and second in 3-point shot rate. This, despite miserable shooting starts from their starting backcourt on the perimeter. It's a head-scratcher for many, but there's a strategic rationale behind Mazzulla's approach. Right now, the offense is working best with a rim runner like Nemias Queta on the floor, providing a genuine threat in the paint and a proper pick-and-roll partner for Boston's ball handlers. However, with no one else on the roster consistently getting to the free throw line outside of Jaylen Brown, getting up a high volume of 3-point shots is the strategy Mazzulla is clearly leaning into with this roster. It's a calculated gamble, an attempt to maximize offensive efficiency in the absence of consistent foul-drawing threats. Boston's other high-volume shooters, Hauser, Brown, and Simons, are taking and making their threes at a respectable clip, but it's crucial that the Celtics don't become too one-dimensional on that front. Going smaller with Josh Minott at center may be a path to diversifying their attack, as he might be the best roller among the reserve bigs right now, and allows you to get better wing shooters on the floor compared to Luka Garza and Xavier Tillman. Ultimately, while the high volume of threes is a deliberate strategy, it will be a slippery slope if they remain in record-breaking attempt territory without a significant improvement in efficiency. Scaling that back a bit, finding a more balanced attack will undoubtedly be the best thing for this offense as the season progresses. Our next question comes from Guy, who's looking for some much-needed help in the paint. Hey, Brian, do you know if the kid from Summer Camp Bassie, is that his last name? That was a rebounding monster, is available? There's no reason we can't make room for him. Jordan Walsh seems stuck on the bench along with Boucher. He could easily supplant one of those too. Guy's enthusiasm for a rebounding monster is understandable, given the Celtics' perennial need for size and physicality down low. Bassie, indeed, signed with the Grizzlies using a hardship exception last week, and while his 10-day contract may have expired, it's unclear if the Grizzlies are eligible to keep him, depending on their injury situation. He certainly lived up to his rebounding reputation down there, grabbing an impressive 15 rebounds in just 30 minutes of action. However, don't look for him to land in Boston anytime soon, barring a significant clearing of space on the roster. Any signing of a 15th man right now would cost the Celtics millions more when factoring in repeater tax penalties, a financial burden that ownership is understandably keen to avoid unless absolutely necessary. And, frankly, there's certainly no one out there on the free agent market right now that will truly push the needle within this group and justify that exorbitant cost. The Celtics got a good, long look at Bassie in Summer League and could have tried to maneuver then if they truly wanted him. It's clear that Boston could use a meaningful upgrade given the inconsistent play of their centers off the bench so far, but the harsh reality is that trades will need to happen in order to open the door for that with the team's current salary situation. It's a frustrating reality, but a financially prudent one. Finally, we turn to Mark, who poses a broader, more existential question about the team's trajectory. Do you think we know enough about the team as currently constructed to say where we'll end up sans Tatum, i.e. a slightly under .500-ish team? Or do you think there's more gelling that can slash will happen? And if so, what's the impact of a returning Tatum? This is the million-dollar question, the one that keeps coaches, executives, and fans awake at night. And the honest answer is we need more time. We have to give this group another 5 to 10 games to truly figure out what side of .500 they will realistically end up at. There have been some genuinely encouraging signs so far across the roster and starting five. The emergence of Queta, Minott, and even Gonzalez has provided unexpected sparks and glimpses of future potential. Conversely, some weaknesses, particularly at backup center and in overall rebounding, are standing out about as much as expected, confirming preseason concerns. However, one pleasant surprise has been the defense, which looks a lot better than many would have guessed, a testament to Mazzulla's coaching and the collective effort of the new-look roster. If the shooting comes around for Derrick White and Peyton Pritchard, who have both struggled from deep, this could very well be a fun, borderline playoff team in a weak Eastern Conference. The ultimate, fascinating subplot in the second half of the season will be whether they play well enough to make it worth the risk for Tatum to suit up this year when he's ready. It's a delicate balance between pushing for a playoff spot and protecting their franchise cornerstone for the long haul. So, Celtics Nation, as we navigate this tumultuous season, filled with unexpected challenges and surprising silver linings, what's your take? Are the strategic decisions of the offseason holding up under the harsh light of Tatum's absence? Can this team truly find its identity and push for a playoff spot? Or is this a season of necessary reevaluation? We want to hear your thoughts, your passionate arguments, and your predictions for the rest of the season. Drop a comment below and let us know what you believe. And if you found this deep dive into the Celtics' most pressing questions as compelling as we did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more exclusive insights and passionate basketball analysis. Your engagement fuels our coverage, and we love hearing from you. Given the financial constraints and the need for a backup center, do you think the Celtics might be forced to make a trade that involves one of their promising young players to get the help they need? Or will they try to find a cheaper, less impactful solution?